Hello, losers, losettes, degenerates, degenerees, and everyone else in between. Welcome back to my channel today. This is a highly anticipated sequel to my original video titled YouTubers I Could Beat Up. And now, I had a lot of people comment on that video saying I was being horrible. For example, I said I would beat up Ryan's toy reviews. And people took issue with the fact I said I'd beat up a kid. And I stand by that. I have no problem beating up a kid. I mean, if he's got a problem with me, if I need to prove something, sure, I'm gonna fight him. I'll take his little toy off him, and I'll have to shoot him with that toy or whatever it is. I don't mind doing that. But yeah, since I posted that video, a lot of people have been leaving other comments asking, oh, would you beat this YouTuber up or this one? And I thought, how about we do a sequel and answer some burning questions? So folks, here we have 20 YouTubers. In the last video, I think we had 22 or 23. This time we've got 20 YouTubers. We'll go through them real quick. We've got twizzfizz, we've got Tamimi, Suzy Lou, Penguin Zero or Critical, Keemstar, jojosiwa, Swan, jaystation, corpsehusband, belle, delphine, Blair White, Boogie2988, Dream, Klein, jacksfilms, kavos, leafyishere, pokimane, berwick, and Dawson. So today, we are going to take these people one by one and rate them on the scale of whether they would kick my ass, fair fight, or I could definitely kick their ass. And so to start, we're going to take the most obvious answer here, the easiest one to guess if I would kick their ass or not, and that's going to be jojosiwa. I mean, this is pretty obvious. Jojosiwa, a child. No child's going to kick my ass. I'm going to absolutely kick their ass. So, you know, Jojo is going right on the end here. I mean, we're going to actually stick her a little bit here. Her face is even being a little bit cut off because, yeah, that's just the way these things work. She's going right there on the end. I could definitely kick their ass. No question about it. I mean, look at that stupid little bow on her head. No one who wears a bow is going to win in a fight against ragreynolds. Like, seriously, if you wear a bow, whether that's a bow tie or a bow on your head, you have no chance. You have lost before the fight has even begun. And so next up, we're going to go with Keemstar. Where do you think Keemstar is going to fit into this? Okay, I'll let you know this. He's definitely not going to kick my ass. Is he as easy of a fight as jojosiwa? Definitely not. Is it a fair fight? Probably not. I mean, we're talking about a man who has to wear a hat all the time. Why is he wearing who wears a hat all the time? Especially indoors. I don't understand it. Is he hiding his bald spots? Is that what the point of the hat is? I don't understand people who wear hats. And honestly, I feel like it's a disadvantage in the fist fight. If he's wearing that hat, I'm just going to pull down on that hat. And I bet it's tight at the back. It'll pull his head right down. He's doomed. As soon as that happens, he is over. He's gone. And so I'm going to put Keemstar around here on this tier. I mean, he's going in here. Next up, we're going to take Berwick. Berwick, I mean, if you're not aware, he's a cripple. So definitely he's not going to kick my... I mean, the guy can't even walk. I mean, how is someone who can't walk going to kick my... The best chance Berwick has in a fight against me is like if he sticks his tongue out and I think, okay, that's gross, what are you going to do, lick me? Like, I don't want someone to lick me in a fight. If someone starts licking me, I'm going to walk the other way. I don't want your saliva involved here. So that might gross me out a little bit, and so he could definitely deter me, but that's not the same as like kicking my ass. That's not beating me. That would just mean he could kind of stalemate it and make me kind of go away. So I'm kind of leaning towards in this section here because it's probably not a fair fight because I definitely would kick his ass. But if he thinks to actually start trying to stick that gross tongue out and try and lick me, like he often does in videos, I'm going to walk away, which makes it a bit of a stalemate. So I'm going to put Ricky around here because it's not a sure thing that I'm going to... Like, if we're actually fighting... Yeah, I'm kicking his ass. I mean, I just fall on him and he's dead. I mean, the guy's skin and bone and I'm like probably 7 times his weight or something. So he's no chance in that regard. But I might not get that chance because if you start sticking that tongue out, I'm not even going to approach. I'm going to start walking the other way. So I'm going to put him around here. Next up, we're going to take leafyishere. And you know, I've been thinking about this one quite a lot. I think I would kick his ass. However, he might be hard to eventually put down. I mean, I know this is a running thing, this joke's been made a million times, but the guy's no chin. He's no chin. And I know often in fighting, you say, oh, that guy's no chin. Normally that means that when you hit the guy, he knocks out cold, he's unconscious immediately. It means your chin's gone. You've not got the resilience in your chin, you're very easy to knock out. Well, I think though, in Leafy's case, this is physically, he does not have a chin. And because of that, how am I supposed to connect with a punch to the chin that is going to knock him out? Do you see my dilemma here? Do you see my issue here? I think I would definitely beat his ass for a long time. The question is, when does it end? How tough is he? I don't get the impression that he's a very tough guy. Which leads me to believe, okay, I'm still going to beat his ass because he's gonna quit. Sure, I might not knock him out, but he's going to quit eventually. Whereas I'm not going to quit. He's going to quit after I beat him up for a prolonged period of time. If he was a tougher guy, I'd maybe think, okay, maybe I'll tire and the guy will just keep getting up and keep getting up and keep getting up. But I don't think he's a tough guy. I think Leafy's a wimp. And for that reason, I think Ricky Berwick and him are probably around the same sort of... you know what? Look. Leafy is under Keemstar. What am I talking about? Leafy's like here. In between jojosiwa and Keemstar. Like, that's... Yeah. We're putting him there. Next up, we have John Swan. And the thing I want to say here is that I had an incident with swans when I was younger. I used to enjoy feeding ducks. I used to enjoy feeding swans. I used to eat them bread, you know, as kids like to do. And I went with, I can't remember if it was mum or my dad, or maybe it was both. And we were feeding the ducks at a pond. And I would not let go of this piece of bread because I didn't want to give it to a swan. I wanted to give it to a duck. And this swan was trying to get the bit of bread from me. So I was moving my arms away. I'm like, no, Swan, you ain't getting this bread. This bread is for that little duck over there. I'm throwing bread to the ducks. I don't want this stupid swan to get it. I mean, you're fat and big enough already. And so what did the swan do? The swan actually bit my finger. The swan wrapped its beak around my finger to try and get the bread. And now I don't remember if it got the bread or anything after that. I mean, it's all a blur. It traumatized me, for real. I'm traumatized by that moment, that experience, and I have been my entire life. Because this swan bit my finger and took the bread. And I honestly don't remember any other events from that day. I remember up till the point where it went, and I don't remember anything after that. And because of that, I think I could kick the ass of a swan. I think I could kick John Swan's ass. The question is mentally. Am I mentally prepared to do that? And I'm not sure. I'm not sure if my trauma would catch up with me there. I'm not sure if I would be able to go on with it. I think I might freeze up thinking, oh no. This swan's there, and what if he tries and bites my finger again? I mean, that could bring back a lot of bad memories, and so for that reason alone, I'm actually going to put John Swan over here towards they could absolutely kick my ass side. I mean, it's not a sure thing, because maybe I won't freeze up, and if I don't freeze up, he's in for a rough night. A swan, he's almost at jojosiwa level of easy. But the mental aspect is a huge aspect, especially when it comes to fighting, and I believe that my trauma may come back to me, so I'm going to put him in here. Next up, we have Boogie 2988. As far as Boogie goes, he's not very fit. He's this big fat guy. I know he's lost some weight recently, but he's this big fat guy. I mean, I'm a fat guy, but I'm nowhere near as fat as Boogie. I don't get the impression that Boogie's very tough either. He comes across probably as a bit of a wimp, much like Leafy. Maybe not as much. Actually, he might be more of a wimp than Leafy, but he has the physical structure probably to be more of a hassle than Leafy. You know, I'm kind of imagining Boogie. Like, if you watch Game of Thrones, you know there's Samwell Tarly, and he's a big fat guy. And people sometimes say, oh, you look like Samwell Tarly. Ha ha ha. I'm hilarious. I also get Post Malone sometimes, and let's not go there. Anyway, I feel like Boogie is like Samwell Tarly. In Game of Thrones, when you first get introduced to Samwell Tarly, they're dueling. They're like having a fight with swords, wooden swords or something. I can't even remember. But they're fighting with swords at Castle Black, and they're training. And he just gets beat up every time someone hits him. He just like curls up into a ball and cries. And I get the impression that Boogie wouldn't be much different from that. I feel like someone just like taps him in the back of the head and he'll go, "Wah!" And he'll go crying to his mummy or something. So yeah, I'm probably going to put Boogie away up here, like Leafy levels. I mean, I'm going to put him on par with Leafy. I really don't know who's going to be wimpier. But yeah, I'm going to put them probably on par with each other. Next up, we have Suzy Lou. Now, if you don't know who Suzy Lou is, she's a Scottish YouTuber who got in some trouble and had some controversy surrounding her because people were saying she was abusing the copyright system here on YouTube. And she makes basically anime reaction videos where she just sits and watches anime on camera, and that's basically her content. Ridiculous, if you ask me. Anyway, Suzy Lou, yeah, I'm gonna kick her ass. I mean, she's a whiner, much like some of these other people. I mean, she's gonna be easier than Keemstar, maybe not quite as easy as Boogie and Leafy, But yeah, Suzy Lou is going probably here in between, just slightly to the side of Keemstar, about there. Next up we have Shane Dawson, and Shane Dawson again. I mean, I put a lot of wimps. Clearly, there's a lot of wimps on this list this time in this video, and Shane Dawson is no different. He's going down here. He might even be easier than Suzy Lou, if we're being honest here. He's going to go in here just a little bit to the side. Not as easy as Leafy or Boogie, I don't believe, but he's getting there. He's very close. Next up, we have Ethan Klein here. I mean, right, look at this guy. He looks insane. This guy looks insane. I'm not sure I think he's tough, but I think he's devious. This guy has, like, evil supervillain looks to him. Look at that. The guy wants you to think that he's dopey and derpy and not very bright. That's the kind of image he's putting across here. But secretly, this guy's a mastermind. And so for that reason, I'm going to put him in here. Like, maybe not quite fair fight, but like here, it's like, he's not going to kick my ass, but I'm going to think twice. I'm going to think twice before that fight, because I know that guy's got a lot going on in his head, and he's going to be thinking about some things that maybe I'm not expecting. And I might not be ready. So we're going to put him around here. Next up, we have Jaystation. Jaystation is infamous for making these really weird 3 AM videos, like terrible content for kids. And honestly, this depends. This depends on a couple of things. If it's Jaystation vs me and there's no one else interfering here, yeah, I'm definitely kicking Jaystation's ass. He's up here probably jojosiwa level. There's also the possibility of his millions of child fans fighting on his behalf alongside him. In that case, he's still up here next to jojosiwa. I mean, I have no qualms with punching a bunch of toddlers in the face and on my way to fight Jaystation. I mean, they'll make for the perfect warm-up. My real concern is if some of these characters he has in his videos start showing up. You know, like some SpongeBob character, some slavey bought off the deep web. If some of these people start showing up, I might be in for some trouble. These people are going to be desperate. They're going to be quite hard to mess with. So for that reason, there is some uncertainty here. And because of that uncertainty, I'm actually going to put him around maybe, around probably the same level as Keemstar, honestly. Because if he has those characters, he will be on Keemstar level. So we're going to put him around there. Next up, we have Tamimi. Tamimi is a commentary YouTuber. And normally I would say, okay, this is someone who's wearing a beanie. This is like Keemstar, wearing a hat. Who wears a hat indoors? I don't get it. I don't get hats in general, if I'm being quite honest. And I think it's a detriment to you in a fight. Someone can blind you with that, especially like a beanie. I mean, you pull over their eyes and, oh no, now you're blind. But I've seen this girl punch a bag. I've seen it in videos. I've seen her punch a bag. And maybe I don't want to mess with that too much. So let's balance this out. And I'm going to balance it out by saying she's right in the middle of fair fight. Next up, we have Pokimane. And yeah, this is the fourth woman on this list. And yeah, I have no qualms with fighting women. I'll fight anyone. Just as I have no qualms with fighting children. I think equality for all, whether they're man, woman, child, elder. I'll punch everyone in the face. I'll fight everyone. I don't care who they are, what they are, anything. I'll fight everyone. And yeah, Pokimane, she's going to be easy, like way easier than some of these people. I mean, she's maybe Suzy Lou. She's maybe a bit harder than Suzy Lou. I mean, Pokimane has an army of simps behind her. I mean, Suzy Lou has some simps, but Pokimane has so many more simps that it might be a bit of a tough battle there, but of an uphill battle. And I would say it's probably a tougher battle than Keemstar, because a lot of people hate Keemstar, so I might have a lot of people on my side, but when it comes to Pokimane, I mean, yeah, people hate her, but she has all these desperate simps. I'm not sure if any of these simps are actually going to be much trouble fighting, honestly. I mean, anyone who is a simp is just a wuss, they're a weakling, and I would dispatch of them all quite easily. But, I don't know what they're going to do. They might come in with some sort of weapon. They might come in with a gun or something, like a shotgun, and they might go bang and shoot me dead. So I don't know what's going to happen there. There is some uncertainty, and because of that, I mean, a lot of this stuff does come to uncertainty, and because of that, I'm going to put her in between Ricky Berwick and Suzy Lou. Next up, we have Dream, who is a Minecraft YouTuber. I think Dream is going to be not too hard of a fight. He's definitely not going to kick my ass. I think I would kick his ass. My issue is that he seems to only exist within a Minecraft realm. And Minecraft worlds are quite big. And honestly, I don't know how easy it's going to be for me to find him. I don't know how easy it's going to be for me to actually get to him. And once I do get to him, is he going to run away? How is this going to go? I'm going to end up fighting on his turf in Minecraft. And for that reason, I have to kind of put it almost to fair fight, but not quite. He's going to be maybe a little bit easier, or maybe the same level as Ricky Berwick. Because just like Ricky, he's got a way to stalemate and to get away into his Minecraft realm. So we're going to put him on the same level as Ricky Berwick. Next up, we have twizzfizz. Twizzfizz, I'm thinking, is a lot like Ethan Klein in the sense that this is a person. When you look at them, this is a YouTuber who makes very strange, bizarre videos. And it's someone who probably is thinking a lot of things that I'm not expecting. They're going to approach me in ways that I am not quite looking forward to. Ways that I am not going to see coming. And for that reason, I'm going to put twizzfizz on the same level as Ethan Klein. I feel like the two of them are very much as if they're evil geniuses. These two are very similar probably in their approaches to whatever's going to happen. And there is a lot of uncertainty there. And maybe I'm being a little modest here, but I'm putting them both on this side of fair fight. Next up, we have Kavos. Now, Kavos, I know, has some experience training in like martial arts and stuff. So I do think he leans more towards the fair fight side. I mean, I myself have experience, and for that, maybe it comes more to fair fight. But I feel like the guy has a pretty big ego. I feel like he might be a little bit overconfident, especially he's going to see me, this fat guy sitting on YouTube making these videos. And I think he might underestimate me. And for that reason, I'm going to put him slightly down a little bit in between Tamimi and Ricky Berwick. Next up, we have Belle Delphine. As far as that goes, that's a hard one to judge. I mean, I think in a lot of ways, it might be similar to twizzfizz and Ethan Klein in the sense that she's got a really strange mind and she's going to approach it in some really strange ways. I mean, what's going to happen? Is she going to pull out one of her mystery boxes and throw it at me or something, or try and bribe me into losing the fight, saying, "Oh look, I'll give you some bath water if you let me win," stuff like that. So I feel like she's maybe leaning more towards this side, maybe not quite to the extent as Swan, but I feel like she's going to go in here a little bit above Ethan Klein and twizzfizz, maybe around here somewhere. And so we're just going to finish off the girls, I guess. And we're going to go Blair White. Blair White, I feel like Blair White is going to be a kind of fair fight. It's a really hard one for me to decide here. She's got this really mean, bitchy attitude that I could really see comes across as being very vicious in a fight. I see a lot of scratching involved. I feel like there will be blood drawn, whether it is mine or Blair's. I don't think it's a sure thing either way. And so for that reason, I'm maybe going to put it here just a little bit under Tamimi towards, like, I could kick their ass. And so we have 3 left to rate here. And so next up, we're going to go with Penguin Zero, also known as Critical here. Critical's going to be someone, I like Critical. I've watched Critical for a very long, like 2010 or 11 I started watching Critical. I watched him a long time ago. I'm sure it was as long ago as that, before he even revealed his face to the internet. I remember watching his gaming videos back then. I don't really watch him as much now. But for that reason, maybe I'll be a little starstruck. Maybe I'll think, do I really want to beat this guy up? I like this guy. I used to look up to him when I was a kid. Do I really want to fight this guy? For that reason, I might put him here somewhere, along the same sort of lines as Belle Delphine. Not traumatizing like the Swan, but yeah, he's going to go here. And so we have 2 left. We have jacksfilms and we have corpsehusband. Who do we go first? We'll go corpsehusband first. So corpsehusband, again, this is someone much... How do I even rate this person? This is someone else who has like an army of simps, much like Pokimane. But this time it's like crazy fangirls rather than she's got like these weird guys following her around. I feel like corpsehusband's fan base is a bit more lethal than Pokimane's. And so for that reason alone, he's definitely going to be higher. And I feel like he maybe has more simps than she does. More of these crazy fans. And so for that reason, I'm thinking he's maybe going to be maybe up almost at this Ethan Klein sort of level. Because I don't even know what corpsehusband looks like. I don't know I don't know really anything about corpsehusband other than the fact that he has some sort of deep voice and does some sort of gaming videos, I guess. And there's all these crazy fangirls. That's like all I know. So the element of unknown, I mean, that maybe even brings him up here somewhere. He's an unknown quantity to me, and he's very unknown. So I'm going to put him there. And so finally, we are left with jacksfilms. And now jacksfilms, let's be honest here, folks. Jacksfilms is going way up here. This guy, right, look at the look in this man's eyes. Look at that face and tell me you are not scared out of your mind. That's a man with a purpose. That's a man that's going to ruin your day. That's a man that's just... I don't care how skilled you are. I don't care what you've had for tea that day. I mean, that guy is going to destroy anyone you put in front of him. I mean, it's not going to be close. That guy is a monster. That guy is going to destroy all of us. And so, folks, that is our fight thermometer complete. That's our list of 20 YouTubers complete. You can see here on screen, we have all 20. We have probably a good mixture here, actually. I feel like in the last video, we had far more stuck to the right than we did this time. But I would have to compare to actually know. This time, I feel like we've got a good distribution. A lot around this sort of fair fight area. Also a lot that I'm definitely going to kick their ass. But that's to be expected when you're talking about someone such as myself. I mean, I'm going to kick a lot of people's asses. That's just in my nature. That's just the kind of guy I am. That's just who I am. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like or a dislike. Also, leave a comment with your thoughts down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And hit the join button if you want to support the channel.